Young James, we are back. We
We
are
are
back
back.
again with another quick hitter 611 playoff edition. Look, bro, let's just dive right on into it, bro.
Let's get into it, dog.
Can we talk about it? Can we talk
Springer Dinger.
Jays and Mariners, bro? You know what, bro? That was everything you would want it to be for in a game 7, right? Where you had it all. You had the pitching. The Mariners got out, man, early on. You had your two big dogs. You had Riley and Rodriguez going big fly.
Mm-hmm.
Kirby was doing his thing on the bump, keeping them at bay. Like, what was going to happen? What was going to happen?
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Seattle was gonna pull it off.
Really?
I thought they were gonna pull it off. I mean, they have the pitching advantage. Toronto has the offensive advantage. I think they have a much more powerful, much more dynamic offense. But in the playoffs, pitching wins. Pitching will win more times than not. Kirby was great. I thought Brian Wu did a great job. I really did not like him coming out there. I know they do this high leverage situation, who you bring in. I just didn't like it. And I get it. You know, you're in need of a ground ball. You bring a sinker ball pitcher in to try to get you out. You know, you're looking to give up one run and walk away with the lead. But I don't know. It's just one of those moments that, you know, it's easy to look back and say I didn't like it. But in the moment, I didn't like it. So It's not like I didn't like it after results. No, I didn't like it in the moment. But as you said, this is everything you wanted. Two teams battling, you know, offensive showing up, pitching, doing what they're supposed to do. And all it takes is one mistake. Sinker that didn't sink. And you're talking about the man, what is he tied? He's tied with Schwarber, I think, with 23 postseason home runs, which is like 6 all time or something like that.
Yeah.
What a great time for, you know, talking about the Bautista moment. That was what, in 2016?
Yeah.
And it had been a long time since Toronto had a moment, and we got a Springer Dinger.
That was, you know what? When that at bat came to be, and I think it was Bizzardo that was pitching for the Mariners. And you had the two runners on, Springer coming up in the situation. And it was early in the count, and I was looking at it, and I saw, and we've talked about this before, right? Takes are just as important as your swing. And I saw George Springer's take on one of those pitches, and I was like, I got a feeling that exactly. And it felt, and it reminded me of like, ooh, it's about to be another Bautista moment. Because that's exactly where it took me when he hit it, because I was like, this place is ready to erupt. And when he threw it and he put the bat on it, I was like, oh, there it is.
It was only one thing that can happen.
That was it.
At that moment. And like they say, out of a pitcher's hand, you can see when it's trouble. And when those, and you know, and those are like, I hope he misses it. You know, from the defensive side, because you can see it out of his hand. You're just like, oh my God, I hope he misses it. And a lot of times, those do end up being foul balls. Pull it foul because it was too good of a pitch, and the hitter gets a little happy. But Springer's a professional hitter. He's been here a number of times. He recognizes the moment. He steps into the moment. He breathes through the moment. And the best part about it was after he runs around the bases, he comes into the dugout. They put on a home run jacket. He's getting the curtain call. He was like, I don't want to do it. You know, it's like he understood we still have outs to get. The game is not over. We're up by 1 run. That team on the other side is too dangerous. This isn't like the hit that just knocked him out the ballpark. This put the game out of play. This put us back in the lead. But now it's our turn against their lineups. They have some guys that can still hit and put some runs up that we have to finish it out. And he was in the moment, but understanding that the job isn't done. He went to he got called out. The teammates made him go out there. He gave a quick little hello, went to the bat rack and took that deep breath. And it was like, oh my God, I did it. But in the biggest game right now, this season, he had that moment. So to see how humbled he was by that moment and also understanding that the job wasn't done, I'm like, that's a true professional.
No, a true professional indeed. And then another true professional, his teammate. Can we talk about Vladdy Jr., bro?
Oh man. Can we? You know what? I've been watching Fox's coverage. You know, we got to. That boy Poppy.
Bruh.
I mean, it is a love affair. Like, you know, Vladdy Jr. is Pedro's godson. And David Ortiz, has to be his big grand uncle, because I mean the way he loves on that kid is a beautiful thing, bro.
Bro, I tell you what, bro, it's shades. It is literally shades of watching his dad out there, bro. Because
Yes.
when you see what he was able to do all throughout, thus far throughout the entire postseason,
Yes.
he is in command of the batter's box and of the strike zone. He's not missing very much. And when he does swing, it's like, oh Lord, what's about to
Yes.
happen? Because you
Yes.
watch again, his takes. Those have been the things that I've been looking at. His takes are so under control. He has his plan. He knows exactly what he wants to do. That last out that he made,
The
bro,
113 off the bat to the left fielder, that
and a
didn't come
roast rain,
down.
it almost went over his head.
It didn't come down.
It didn't. That was like
Crazy.
that. That was like that ball. Who was it?
It was his dad at Veterans
See?
Stadium.
Yeah.
At Veterans
That's right.
Stadium.
That's right. That's
At,
right.
it. I was off that day. Tomas Perez was playing short. Scott's at third, and he hit a ball, and I'm in a dugout, and it came off the bat, and I thought, that's a double off the wall, and it ended up in the third deck at Veterans Stadium. So I thought I was tripping because no one reacted. Same, just imagine this ball doing what it did, and then all of a sudden taken up. And
Mm-hmm.
so Scott Rowland gets to the dugout, and he comes over to me, and he says, "Jimmy, I almost jumped for that ball." And I felt justified, like, okay, I'm not tripping. I swear to
Right.
God, that ball was a double off the wall, and it ended up in the third deck. So it was the same thing, but his dad was able to get that backspin on it. So it's a Vlad Guerrero thing, obviously.
It's in the DNA. It's in the DNA.
Man,
It's in
crazy.
the DNA.
No doubt. But Vlad, I love the fact that 2 years ago, I don't think he had even had his contract. Or maybe maybe it was last year. No, I think it was 2 years ago where he said, we're not afraid of the Yankees. So in the
Mm-hmm.
first round, he had his opportunity to stand up, and the Yankees kept pitching to him, and he kept beating him over the head with it.
Mm-hmm.
He gets to this next series. Why are you pitching to this guy? They finally, throw some walks out there, but it's like, why are you pitching to this guy? He's telling you that he's ready for this moment. He's built for this moment. I've been watching all the viral videos when he was maybe about 4 or 5 years old, with the glove as big as him in a Montreal Expo uniform, fielding ground balls at first, feeding. Look, he was born into this.
Yeah.
He was born into it. It wasn't like something that he adopted. This has been his life, and now he's getting this moment to shine. So it's beautiful to see, and congrats to him for being a ALCS MVP. But man, on this biggest stage, I'm really looking forward to what he's about to do against the Doyers, because those boys, Ryan, I covered them. Man, if that pitching staff pitches like that, it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one because those Dodgers. Oh,
It's a buzzsaw. It's a buzzsaw. I mean, Glass now, stand up. Snell, stand up.
yep.
Yamamoto, stand up. Otani, put the bat down, stand up. Like,
Hey,
bro, and it's not really a surprise to see what they were able to do with the Brewers and the NLCS, right? And kudos to the Brewers. They had an amazing season this year. I mean, I feel like it was somewhat of the same thing where, bro, you just ran into a buzzsaw of pitching, like
100%.
with the Dodgers. I mean, Otani, we got to talk about it. I mean, my man went out and literally won the game by himself, bro.
Yeah, because he's an alien. I'm really convinced he's not human. He's not human. You remember the movie Alien, where he came out the ceiling and then went and he dripped that stuff all over. Who was the actress? I forgot the name.
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver, right?
Yeah.
I think what I think happened was that happened in real life with Shohei. And he had an alien invade somewhere in his infancy. He doesn't remember, and they dripped some of that alien DNA juice in him, and now he's what he is in a human form. Because there's no way you can tell me a human being is doing all this. It just doesn't make sense. I think he's an alien. Yeah.
I mean, I
think
don't.
so. I'm convinced. I was right there. I was next to him. He kind of looked at me, and his eyes like flickered or something. I'm telling you.
Stupid.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. But even, besides him, that lineup is deep. I said it on the show. They have regular season MVPs, 1, 2, and 3. Shohei about to win his fourth. And then they have the postseason MVPs. They're Hernandez brothers.
Oh, yes.
Max Muncy,
Oh
who
yeah.
makes plays they haven't practiced in 2 years. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, when you look at his body, it's like, I understand he can slug, but to watch him move and bounce and make throws, like, this dude
Right.
is a pure athlete. You can't judge a book by its cover. Yamamoto, filthy. Blake Snell, who's
Yep.
basically in mid-season form. He was injured all season long. He's strong. He's healthy. He's pitching, mentally free. He knows how to pitch. He talked about it going over to San Francisco, learning how to pitch.
Yep.
Shohei, I mean, where's the weak spot? There's none. There's no
No.
weak spot. Their pitchers
No.
didn't let a runner get to second base
Mm-hmm.
until like the fifth or sixth inning, game 4 maybe or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. When I say we were back there just like, yo, like, what are you going to do? The
Right.
buzzsaw is here. And I don't care how great your offense is. The way those guys are throwing the ball, it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. So with that being said, this is the difference between, what the teams that the Dodgers have faced and Toronto. Toronto, like the Brewers, they're not a real big swing and miss team, but they have a lot of power. And what we were watching is that the Dodgers were throwing strikes on the corners, and when they made their mistakes, the Brewers were taking pitches or swinging and missing them. And when a guy's on, that ball down the middle that he's supposed to hit, throw to the corner and it works to the middle, you have to. You have to do damage on that, because other than that, you're not getting a shot. If they're on like they were, it's imperative that Toronto Blue Jays don't miss the balls down the middle, which I guess that brings us to our, I guess we're going to call this our last segment, the matchup, the World Series. Look, I said Toronto and Philadelphia. I'm 50% right. I'm still standing on Toronto.
I was with you on that one. I was
Yeah,
right
I
there with
know.
you on.
Yeah, exactly. We both were.
We knew pretty much whoever came out of that Philadelphia LA series was going to go to the World Series.
That was going. You have to feel that way.
My take on this is this. Again, the pitching from LA has been phenomenal, right? And like you said, great pitching beats great hitting in the
Yep.
postseason. Now, the one thing I will say about Toronto is they've done a great job of playing baseball, right? Trying to get them on, get them over, get them in. You're seeing guys bunting. They know runs are going to be few and far in between. If we can catch the homer, we'll catch the homer, but they are going to have to look to try to manufacture runs. They know this. They have got to defend home field. They have to defend home field in order to have any kind of a chance, right? You Savage, I love you Savage. I love Gosman. Like Bieber has been, their pitching staff has stepped up. They've stepped up. And I think at this point, looking at the Blue Jays, for them to have any kind of shot, those guys are going to have to go out there again and go toe to toe with the Otanis, with Yamamoto and Snell. You got to give your guys an opportunity. Now, I think it's going to be a fun series to watch because in a sense, both of these teams kind of mirror each other because the Dodgers have been finding ways to manufacture runs, getting guys on, getting them over. And
championship innings.
They've had some home runs, but the majority of it, like when you looked at it before Shohei had the big game, which it's kind of like, man, like you had to have that big game and then now you got all this time off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, oh, you could have carried it over. But I think the Dodgers pull it out. That's my pick. I think the Dodgers pull it out. I think they go 6.
I was feeling the same way. I had 6 games. And you brought up a very good point, how these teams are very similar in the fact they know how to play championship innings. They know how to get the runner over late in the game. They'll go for things early in the game. Everybody's going to, but late in the game, they know how to take that single. They know how to drive runners in when the pressure's on. They know how to move guys over. They've shown that they'll bunt. They have good defense. They're not giving up extra outs, which is all things I love about them. The Dodgers offense is more dynamic. They have the better pitching, but it could be one of those weeks where everything works out well. And your weak spot is no longer your weak spot. Everybody's hot. They're responsible. They're taking accountability, and no one wants to be the guy that says it was on me tonight.
Right.
And those things happen. The Dodgers have been there. They're already in that mode. It's on me, which means I'm going to pass the baton. That if they offensively, if they don't want to pitch to me, hey, it's on you, dog.
Right.
I'm looking for a very entertaining World Series. I think this is the best matchup we could have possibly had. All truth be told, especially with, the way it came down, it's Kendrick and Drake.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the 6 versus LA.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. Grab my popcorn, tequila. My Punta Brava special over there. I got something for you, Ryan. My Punta
Man,
Brava
come on, bring
special
it, dog.
tequila over there. Hey, and we gonna be popcorn and tequila down, cuz.
You're stupid. But hey, I'm all for that. I'm all for it. I do have one thing and I'm feeling with Toronto. I get the vibe of with Toronto that if you give them life, like the more these guys start to get confident in themselves and know that they can play with these guys, I think Toronto can come out with the upset. I think as the series can continue, if they can keep it going and they start to see, like, look, they're already confident in themselves. But there's that feel of where it's like, okay, yeah, we're not supposed to be here. You got nothing to lose. If you're Toronto, there's only candidates picking you to win for the most part. Right.
Literally.
So I just feel because of all the experience that the Dodgers have had in the postseason, and you got Springer over there, you got a couple guys that have some playoff experience that have gone deep and won championships or whatnot over there. But I think as that team collectively starts to get more confidence about themselves and like, hey, yeah, we can play with these guys. We know we can play with these guys and we can beat these guys. Then I can see there being that upset.
They've proven it. I think the most comebacks this year come from behind wins this year. So, Rye, I like where you at, brother. It's going to be entertaining.
Very.
Looking forward to this World Series.
That's right.
Kick on back tequila and popcorn, brother.
That's it.
Thank you guys for joining us for another postseason 611 hit. Jimmy Rollins, your boy Ryan Howard. We shall see. Peace.